What's going on, guys? It's Convoy Boys. It's Austin Kaz alongside me.
Daniel, you already know what's up. What's going on?
As always, this is the Convoy Boys, the podcast. We're on episode 3, first video and audio podcast. Let's get right into it.
Now let's go.
Yeah.
Now let's go.
Yes, sir. Packing fatties.
Hey, got that due on deck, baby. How you
Chaw
doing today,
time
man?
with DP.
Chaw time with DP.
Yes, sir.
Sooner or later, Austin Kaz will get in there, but right now, not yet. Let's go ahead and just put this down a little bit.
Hey, I like to pack chaws.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
Actually, I don't get to pack chaws very much anymore because I actually quit.
Yeah, that's what I started vaping for, because quit chawing, but, every once in a while I'll go back to it.
Well, I vaped for a while, but then kind of just, it scared me. So I get a chaw every now and then.
It's scaring a lot of people, man. A lot of people are talking about this, ammonia in the lungs or whatever.
It's actually, I think they're calling it chemical pneumonia now. So it's something, that's for sure.
Hey, if it's gonna kill me, it's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I like to live a little longer so I can drive a little faster.
Hey, live a little longer. You packing chaws, but either way, we're both getting something.
Look, this is the thing.
Cancer. I'm getting ammonia.
I can take ass cheek and slap it on my face. Can't take ass cheek and slap it on my lungs.
Hey, not yet, but in about 100 years, I bet I'm gonna be a cyborg.
Yeah, looking like Captain America. That's great. I wonder if they're gonna give us an explicit tag for ass. I don't think so. They shouldn't.
No, it's manual. I put the explicit tag on there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I wonder, is it illegal not to put an explicit tag?
I think it's frowned upon. I would say you're gonna get arrested for it.
Because I know, when I remember you going to Best Buy, right? And my mom wasn't super harsh about music and movies. To a certain extent, she was until I got to about 10 or 12.
Yeah.
When I started basically forming my own opinions,
yeah,
knowing right from wrong, which I knew right from wrong earlier, but I mean, of course, they'd make me cover my eyes when sexual scenes would come up.
Of course.
But I always used to go in there, and I used to buy CDs. Eminem used to be my favorite because white boy gotta listen to Eminem. But Eminem was always my favorite and all his parental advisory. So I'd have to take my mom to Best Buy, and I never went to Walmart because Walmart didn't sell them.
Yeah.
Walmart only sold clean CDs, and I was like,
yeah.
The thing about music though, it's if you're gonna listen to it and it's explicit, I'm not trying to hear da 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 da. No.
That's my one issue about listening to the radio, because you listen, if you have Bluetooth or whatever, if you listen to Apple Music or whatever you listen to, you always listen to that version regular, right?
For sure.
And you go and listen to the radio whenever, you do that. I don't know who does that anymore. But when you go and listen to the radio and, you hear all these bleeps. And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't want to hear these damn beeps.
Which that's funny because my girlfriend, absolutely, sometimes when I get in the car, the radio will be on, and I'll try to turn it off. She'll be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, turning it off. You can't listen to the radio? No. Why am I going to listen to radio with commercials when I know I can pick what songs I want to play? That's why I pay $12 a month for Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking about Spotify, Convoy Boys, the podcast, is on Spotify. That's our main place right now.
Plug it in.
We are also on this one called Chaster, I believe. Apple Music is still being reviewed. Hopefully in the next few days it'll be on there, along with Google Music and iHeartRadio. So the Google Music and iHeartRadio say it's going to be a few weeks, maybe. Could be up to a few weeks before we're approved. I've seen other places, Apple Podcast have usually around 72 hours. So hopefully you'll see that up there soon.
Most definitely. Yeah, I mean, we're still brand new to this thing, as we said in the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I didn't know anything about anything before this, so I was just a dumb hillbilly that.
Oh, I hope you guys also enjoyed the little intro we got for y'all.
Yeah, we got a pretty dope intro. I mean, that's actually that's first time filming. I waited and got my next paycheck and bought some extra filming equipment, and I tried my hardest.
Oh, also about the Spotify. Spotify, you don't need Spotify Premium to listen to the podcast. You just hit our link, Go straight to Spotify. Listen to it.
And even if you don't want to hit our link, just type in Convoy Boys. It pops right up.
Yep. Convoy Boys, the podcast.
The podcast. It's got to be the podcast. So
if not, you get some weird songs and stuff.
Yeah, you get some like 1960s hippie music.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go to Woodstock, by all means, go to Woodstock.
Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, man. So, what are you looking to get into today?
I know you were talking about you were talking to me earlier about the One Nation Under God in the pledge. Yeah, go ahead and elaborate a little bit on that. Tell them what's going on.
All right, so actually, my great grandmother, I come from a very religious family, Christianity, Baptist. It all stems from the same beliefs. A little bit twisted.
It's the norm in our town.
No, yeah, it's the norm. If you live in the South, I'm sure you have at least 20 Baptist churches within a 3-mile radius of each other.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah. But let me go in my notes real quick. I just took some quick notes about it. But the basic principle is, I was talking with my grandmother, and she started telling me Bible verses that showed like where this country's at. And my belief, I don't think religion should be anywhere in politics. That to me is on a whole more of a social level.
Yeah.
Religion, whether you want to call yourself a boy or a girl, a panda bear, a mailbox, whatever you want to be, you be it, and we'll coexist in humanity together and be productive human beings. But I got into it with her, and I was just actually Thomas Jefferson. I don't know much about this, but he did write about the God thing. I don't know much about that. I got to get back with you. We'll maybe do a little segment on that podcast. I can't remember exactly what, but actually in the Pledge of Allegiance, when it says one nation under God, that was not even said until 1948. And let me get the female's name that said it. Actually, no. Take that back. It was a male in 1948. Louis Bowman first added in a recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance after one nation. And this wasn't made permanent in Congress until 1954. I believe it was the 83rd Congress in 1954 is when they actually added it. And the Pledge of Allegiance was written in 1892. So the Pledge of Allegiance wasn't even something this country was founded on.
Of course, yeah.
And it says nothing about one God in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. It doesn't say any of that. What it does say is nature's God.
Yeah.
Nature's God can be whatever you believe. If you believe in Buddhism, if you believe in whatever. I mean, you even have religions that have multiple gods. I don't know that much about different religions, so I'm not going to sit here and bullcrap you on anything. But to me, it's just religion shouldn't be in politics, and you shouldn't look at in this country and base it around your religion.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Just a little bit of like an argument to you, though, is the fact that our country, though, was founded on I believe it was Christianity, because when they came over from England, they wanted their freedom of religion.
Yeah.
So they settled here.
Yeah.
And I think it was mainly Christianity. I mean, maybe it's not like exactly Christianity.
Well, it was under Christianity because it was more of a Catholic.
Yeah. That's just my argument to that is the fact that our country, in a sense, was created off of religion. But I totally agree with you that the fact that I think it should be separate. I think what your beliefs in your religion is on you, but I don't think you should be able to. I don't think that the government and religion should coincide.
Most definitely. Which to come back at your argument, yes, they came here on those terms. So yes, they wanted freedom of religion. But when the country was, all right, so when the U.S. was actually the United States of America instead of a colony,
Yeah.
they based their beliefs on religion, yes. But also religion kind of, it's kind of like a parent in your life. If your parents, let's say you were born in a Baptist family, you're going to go to church.
Yeah.
You're going to be forced to go. I remember there was plenty of times I was forced to go to church. Like, I even went and got on the video crew so I didn't have to sit really through a sermon.
Yeah.
Like, any church ceremonies, nothing. I sat up in the top and videoed them.
Most kids try to find anything they can do to, not be in service, yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's lots of things that you might be built upon, but there's plenty of, I don't know any of them, but I'm sure there's plenty of great people that helped found this country that did not believe in Christianity.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I don't think yet, and I agree that I don't think it should be, put into this day, but that was just kind of, what this country was founded off of, was to have their freedom of religion, but it goes back to the same thing we've been saying. Like, I believe it should be separate completely, because in a lot of political arguments you can't bring up religion because you want to bring up all facts, and you can't bring up all facts if someone else believes in Buddhism or whatever it is, any other religion. You can't, because then your fact isn't their fact, because no one can prove these religions technically. So there is no fact within them. So you can't use it in your argument.
Most definitely. I'm gonna pull up some information real quick, just some quick stuff to kind of. And most were Protestant. That's what most were.
Gotcha.
But it's a descent off of Christianity.
Yeah.
Just like you have Catholic, Baptist.
Yeah.
It's all basically same beliefs, but like Catholics worship Mary. Which if you're Baptist or most things of Christianity, you only worship the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Exactly, yeah, the Holy Trinity.
So, I mean, most, like, with the religion I grew up in, we don't believe Mary has any significance other than giving birth to a child that she really shouldn't have gave birth to, that was put inside of her.
Yeah. And I was the same way. That's still what I believe in my religion. So, but I think, coming off the religion, I know there was other things you wanted to talk about. Like, what was their name? Gillibrand or something like that? The lady that dropped out of the presidential race.
Oh, yeah.
She failed to qualify for the third Democratic debate. She didn't make the final 10. So she decided to quit. And I'm just learning about this actually pretty, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
This woman's views, or her promises, if she were to become president, were to focus on women's rights and family time, family leave, or whatever it was. The really thing that irked me was the fact that she was going to work on, and women's rights. Well,
what rights do women have that men don't have?
No, what rights do women not have that men have?
Yeah,
that's the argument. So, exactly, like, you can't be an activist for something that's already in place. Women have all rights that men have.
Every person except the store manager at my job, my current job now, is a woman that is above me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's women that are above me that started after me.
Yeah.
There was a movement, yes. At one time, women were definitely treated different, and still today. And it's all on your beliefs. If you grew up in a family that had your mom was a stay-at-home mom, which there's plenty, especially down here, there is plenty of, the perfect Southern man goes to work, big house,
Yeah.
stay-at-home mom,
The white picket fence
20
theory.
kids. Exactly. I just don't think she based her whole campaign to win women. That was her campaign goal.
Yeah.
Why?
That was really all her argument was, and people are surprised at the fact that she didn't qualify. She wasn't the top candidate,
Yeah.
the top 10 at least. Like, it doesn't surprise me one bit that you weren't even in the top 10 Democrats.
Exactly.
You sit here and you dog on other Democrats. What they say, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
She questioned Joe Biden for something. Like now you're dogging on the people that are in your side. Like,
I wonder if she questioned Bernie Sanders. Like,
for real.
like, I mean, I don't get it. And like, I have some notes here. 2%. She only hit 2% in the qualifying poll.
2%. Wow.
Yes. And I believe she hit a high 3% in one February poll. A high 3%.
Wow.
I've seen people pay to put different people's names on the ballot as a joke and get...
Yeah. Yeah. I've always found that funny how people like literally will go in there and like put like Mickey Mouse down or like different people. I just think it's hilarious.
It's literally, I have a graph, and it is a straight line, with the exception of 6 that go higher. 6 individual circles that go higher after she announced she was running for president in January 15th of 2019.
Wow. And you were telling me too that Trump posted a tweet that said, "Sucks that she, dropped out of the race because she was one I was really worried about with a wiggy face." I thought that was icing on the cake. I thought that was hilarious. That's our president at his best right there.
I mean, I do not agree with the Hollywood act in The Office.
No, not
I
at all.
believe if you wanted to have a Hollywood act, that you should go all the way across the country and be in Hollywood. But yeah, let's see. Let me read the exact quote. Let me see. A sad day for the Democrats. Kristen Gillibrand has dropped out of the presidential primary. I'm glad that they never found out that she was the one I was really afraid of! Exclamation point. That was his exact tweet. No winky face.
Oh, okay. I had that.
But that was his exact tweet.
Wow.
And it's just it bum puzzles me. And there's another. What's the mayor of New York name?
Oh, I never found out his name.
New York. I know he's one of the top Democratic candidates.
That he's in the top 10?
Yeah, maybe he's gonna go ruin Bill de Blasio.
Oh, okay. I've heard that name.
Maybe he's gonna go ruin more school systems.
Mm-hmm. To me, I don't really know what the Liberal Party has to offer. Hence why I am a conservative. But it's a lot of their arguments and these promises that they make is just, they're really empty and they have no basis to them, such as women's rights. Like, what do you mean women's rights? Like, what are you going to do about that? Because women already have their rights. They went through women's rights movements, which the funny thing about it was women didn't want it back then. Majority of the women did not want the rights because that meant they had to go into the draft. They had to go into these big labor companies. They didn't want to. They liked their life sitting at home doing housework, cleaning, whatever. So I just don't believe that there is women's rights to be active about, because women have all of those rights.
Exactly. Well, why do you need rights? Well, not why do you need rights. Why do you need rights that you already have?
Exactly. I don't know what their fight is when women already have all of their rights. Men and women are completely equal politically, or in the eyes of the law, or whatever you want to say.
My vote doesn't matter any more than my mom's vote.
Exactly.
If I'm driving drunk and my mom's driving drunk, we're both gonna get the same consequences.
Exactly.
Now, I don't get me wrong. I still do believe there's bad in everything. So there's I'm sure there's some definite male chauvinists out there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not much you can do about it.
But that's what they feel. That's their opinion. What's factual is the fact that we have equal rights, no matter what.
And that's the thing. Let's say you're in a relationship with a male chauvinist, and it's an abusive relationship, and you feel like you can't get out. You have the right to get out.
Mm-hmm. You have the choice to get out.
You have a choice.
Yeah.
You have... That comes to anything, even a male chauvinist in public saying something to you. You have a choice.
You don't have to interact with that person.
You don't have to. You go on in society.
No one's forcing you to do that.
You can defend yourself. You do whatever you want to. But no one's forcing you to sit there and take it.
Mm-hmm.
And which, by all means, you may feel that this political campaign, she may feel that her political campaign was her taking action. But it's not.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's not.
Yeah.
If you want to take action about a problem, you find a compromise.
Mm-hmm. Or a full-blown solution.
A full-blown solution.
That's based on, with the premise on facts.
Yes, with this country, we had factual evidence that we were under a monarchy.
Mm-hmm.
We had a permanent solution.
Exactly.
There's plenty of issues that go on that we find permanent solutions for.
See, like back in the day, slavery. We had it was prominent that it was non-moral. It wasn't moral. So, they had their movements and they changed it. Just like with the women.
The Emancipation Proclamation. I don't know of any slavery that's been since the Emancipation Proclamation.
And we can go back on this. Women. We found they didn't have equal rights. That wasn't cool.
Permanent solution. We gave them equal rights.
Now they have all the rights they need.
They earned their equal rights.
Exactly. They did earn them, yes.
They earned them. Just like slaves. I think of slavery kind of like Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
We done a lot wrong.
Yeah.
And you can't take anything back.
Mm-hmm.
But that was also, 150 years ago?
Yeah. Yep. At some point, it's not affecting us anymore.
History books are written, but I do not see why slavery keeps coming up.
Yeah.
It's history.
Mm-hmm.
You can look back at the history, just like even if you don't like it, the Confederate Army was real. The South was real.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Bundy was real. We don't like that.
Yeah.
No one likes that. No one likes people. No one likes murderers. No one likes immoral problems. Like, if someone walked up to me today and showed me racism, I'm against racism. Show me the racism. We'll take care of it together. I'll stand right beside you, and we'll take this all the way. But slavery should never be brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And it should never be brought up for an argument.
Yeah.
Especially politically, because that's way gone.
Yeah.
Now, do I feel like there's racism in this country? Most definitely.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. That's like saying we can stop school shootings. We can stop school shootings, but it's up to if they want to stop the school shootings.
Well, I don't think you should. I mean, don't get this the wrong way. I look down upon racism. I think it's completely immoral.
Most definitely.
But the thing is, that's their freedom of speech,
and you can't take that away.
And that is one of their God-given rights.
And that's the great thing about living in this country. They have that freedom of speech.
Yeah, and
that's an inalienable right.
It's inalienable. We could be one of these other countries like Canada. I saw a thing where a girl in Canada posted on her Twitter rap lyrics. I think it was to a Snoop Dogg song. I can't remember exactly. I think it was Stephen Carter that talked about it. She posted them and had the N word in it. She was fined, I believe, because hate speech is a real thing there. It's illegal to use certain terms or words. You just can't do it. You can be arrested, you can be fined, whatever. It's just like, speeding here.
Yeah, you get fined.
Exactly. So it's like you can't stop racism because it's their opinion, it's what they believe in, but it's a fine line between, your freedom of speech and then you putting affirmative action to it. So the KKK, they can believe what they want, but until they go and burn crosses in people's yards or threaten people, that's when it becomes illegal. That's not your freedom of speech anymore.
Yeah.
So,
because you're acting violently or aggressively towards another person.
Yeah, it's legal to have a call to action. You can't tell someone on Twitter, go to this person's house and burn it down. I want someone to do it. That's illegal. That's not your freedom of speech. That's calling to action, and that's illegal.
Yeah, and the thing about racism that really gets me is it's a pigment.
Mm-hmm.
Skin pigment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, racially, there is difference in race characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Like hair. Take hair, for example. My hair, it's pretty curly,
mm-hmm.
but it's no different than African American's hair.
Mm-hmm.
Or it is different because it's curly. Or Spanish hairs. You get different kinds of hair. It's genetic, but it also has to do with race. And I feel like a lot of the problems with racism is culture.
Oh, for sure.
Culture is the problem of racism. It's not... I'm trying to figure out how to word this. And I'm not even going to worry about being politically correct. It's cultural.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. I don't think that black kids or Hispanic kids or any minority, and I wouldn't even call African Americans a minority anymore. I believe that in America it's about 50-50. There's just as many African Americans as there is white Caucasian Americans.
Yeah.
And there's Hispanic Americans and everything else, but if you notice at the end, American.
Yeah.
So, we all have our unalienable rights. Racism, like I said, and I said it in a podcast before, it's cultural.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my great-great-grandparents, they racist, big racist.
Mm.
My great-grandparents, they're pretty on the line.
Yeah.
My grandparents, not so much, but they show it sometimes.
Yeah.
My mother, not really. Me,
yeah,
not at all. It's all passed down through beliefs and what you grew up culturally in. If you grew up in the 1800s, you're gonna be really racist.
Yeah.
If you grew up in from 2010 to now, there's no. I was born in 2000.
Yeah. Same.
So I mean, racism has a lot to do with culture. And another thing I hate is I don't feel like black kids don't have a chance because they're black.
Yeah.
Or Hispanic kids don't have a chance because they're Hispanic. I think that has to do with culture as well.
You realize they have more of a chance. If it were to be a white kid, let's go college wise. A white kid has less chances for scholarships. Let's just put it at this. Let's put the same scenario. Black kid, both parents in the home. Parents make decent money. Same situation with white kid. This kid gets more scholarship just because he's African American. So now the white kid doesn't have anything else. So just for him being a different color, he has more of a chance, or he has, it's easier for him.
And I think it's like reparations. The same thing with the Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sense of reparation that America feel it needs to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe if we're still playing reparation now, that's why slavery is still a topic. Reparations should be out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
But it also comes down to work ethic. responsibility. One of my brothers, I have Tyreek Harrison and James Gordon, the fourth. They both have amazing work ethic.
Yeah.
They overcame their cultural boundaries and the resistance they had culturally,
yeah.
whatever. Me and big words. But
Great guys.
they've overcame it, and now they are both on a full ride scholarship at major universities.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, they just work their ass off to get where they're at.
Yeah.
And with work, you see, with work ethic, anything's possible. And even if it wasn't a sports career,
yeah, not even that. Because
they both graduated with honors.
Yeah, because they're both so talented and so smart. Football is not something that it doesn't define them. It's not that barrier. I feel like for the African American culture, sports or rapping or whatever it is, I think it's a big stereotype and a big boundary for a lot of kids. But there's so much more to that. Sure, you can use that as a push to get you through college or whatever you needed to do. But just like Tyreek and DJ, they are so talented mentally and physically that I know they're going to be successful into their careers to come.
Exactly, with the work ethic. When we were playing football in high school, since the 9th grade, I know DJ. Me and Reek weren't close until, we were cool with each other, but we weren't close till this past year. But me and DJ, we've known each other since we were 10 years old. So DJ, speaking from him, he'd work out, wake up, work out, come to workouts at football, work out again, go on the field, do the field workout, come back, eat get some protein, get his muscles relaxed, come home, work out again, go to the practice fields, practice again, come home and work out more, and routine every day.
Yep.
And it's the drive that gets you there. And there's plenty of even white people that just have no drive.
Yeah.
No drive at all. No work ethic. No nothing. And that's why they will stay where they're at.
Yep.
And I believe I'm kind of libertarian on this. I believe with work ethic you can overcome, but I believe there's a lot of children and young adults out there that still have a life left, but they don't know how to overcome it.
Yeah.
I believe that there should be a way.
They think they're trapped in this box when really they're not.
They're not, but it's hard for them to get out because that's their culture. That's the culture they're growing up in.
You know what the biggest thing about it is, and I like that you brought this up, because this is something I believe in. So, Steve Harvey said it the best. He said it on the end of one of his Family Feud shows. And this is what drives me to this day, why I'm an entrepreneur, why I've started these things, why I do what I do. He says, no matter what, you got bills, you're always going to have bills. You got this, you got that, doesn't matter. He said, life is you're on the ledge of life, basically. You're on a ledge, and there's a drop. He said, you can either be the people that are soaring around you, successful, or you can stay on the ledge, be safe for the rest of your life, and never completely conquer what you want to do with your life. He said all you have to do is jump. He said you're going to fall, you're going to get some bruises, you're going to break some bones, you're going to get tore up or whatever. But at some point, that parachute's got to open, and it's going to open. And that's when you're going to be soaring. That's when you're going to be successful, but you have to take that jump.
And unless you take the jump, you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly. You don't know what life has for you unless you take the jump. But if you want to stay safe, you want to stay on that ledge, you never want to see what life has for you, by all means go for it. That's on you. But no, you'll never truly be happy, and you're going to die never knowing what is to come for you. Jim Carrey has a quote. Let me pull this up for you real quick. And I wrote it down because it's another thing that I love. He said it in one of he said it at a college graduation. Like his alum or whatever. He says, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take the chance at doing what you love. Like that right there summed it up for me. Like, you can fail at everything. So you might as well take the chance at something that you enjoy and that that is going to help you conquer your dream. And you can still fail. Why fail being safe?
Exactly. And another one of my brothers, Keyshawn Gardner.
Yeah.
He's in boot camp right now for the United States Army, which I commend him for that. I'm no more thankful than anybody could be. But he to do that, and let's look at the movements going around about how America doesn't care about African Americans. He took that chance. He was standing on that ledge. He took that chance to defend this country, even not agreeing with some of the policy, which is, it's right to his own opinion. If he doesn't agree with the policy or with the racism or anything like that that he experiences, he still goes out and he went to defend this country for however long he stays in. But he took that chance, stepping on that ledge, and he jumped.
Yep.
And it might work out great, and which I think it's going to be great for him, but it might not work out. But the thing is, he took that jump, and there's nothing more proud just seeing one of your brothers take it.
Exactly.
And to me it's a, like I said, racism is a very touchy topic.
Yeah.
But I believe it's cultural. And while I was saying I was libertarian, one of my views is I believe that some of the college funding for minority groups it's put in place well. Do I think there's a little too much at times? Yes. But I believe that if we can come to a compromise with the Black Lives Matters movements, any of the African American minority movements, if we can come to a compromise, that's what we need to do. We need to show them that, like, you can get out. Yep. You can be just as great as anybody else on this planet, anybody else in this country. If you want to be in that presidential office, you can do it.
Yep.
If you want to scrub floors, go scrub floors. You can do it.
Yep.
Whatever you want to do, you can do. And I feel like I said, in their culture, they don't have that. So we need to, as a country, show them that they have the same rights.
Yeah.
They have the same opportunities we have. And it's sad to see the racism that does go on. And I don't believe it's at a significantly high rate. I don't even believe it's middle rate. I believe it's at a very low rate compared to even close to what it was, and it's going to steadily decline.
Yep.
But until we can come to a compromise, it's absolute, excuse my language, but it's a shit show. That's how it is.
Yep.
But like I said, that's one of the views I'm more libertarian on. I believe that, yes, we might not necessarily have to, but if we can show minorities, African Americans, Hispanics, whatever you want, even white kids, just the youth coming up in this country, or the young adults that still have a chance to have a career, if we can show them that it's possible, coming from lower end poverty, cultural differences, if we can come together as Americans and give everybody the opportunity, that's only going to make us succeed as a country even better.
Yeah.
Because separation is not what our fathers founded it on. Our fathers founded it on beliefs, being separate, being your own person, but having the same drive and the same wants to better this country.
Yeah.
And to make it the best country to live in, which I think it's the best country to live in today.
Alrighty, y'all, on that note, I want to say thanks for tuning in to our first video podcast. Also, wanted to let y'all know, like every episode, official Florida Beach Crew, KREWE.com. Get the hottest, softest, firest merch in the game. Get hats, shirts, bikinis, shotgun tools, jewel skins, everything you need to bring to a party. Again, it's official Florida Beach Crew, KREWE.com. And all of our social medias are at FL Beach Crew. Hope you guys liked it. Like, subscribe, comment below what you liked, what you didn't like. Let us know. Anything you'd like to add, Daniel?
Just what you said.
All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.